Problem number 27. Before going into the detail of problem number 27, we must have a knowledge regarding in vitro fertilization and embryonic stem cell. Now the question regarding problem number 27 is, does genetic modification of mammals raise any ethical issues that are not raised by genetic modification of microorganisms or of genetically modified plants? यानी कि जेनेटिक इंजीनियरिंग के ज़रिए जो कि मैमल्स में टेक्निक यूज़ हुई है, क्या वही एथिकल इश्यूज रेज होते हैं या कोई नए एथिकल इश्यूज रेज होते हैं इफ़ वी कंपेयर जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन ऑफ मैमल्स with the recombinant DNA technology used in microorganisms and in plants. Now keep in mind that whenever we talk about the genetic modification in non-human mammals, we prefer two techniques. First one is in vitro fertilization and the first one is embryonic stem cell. So let's refresh in vitro fertilization, that is unfertilized egg prior to in vitro fertilization is used in a culture plate and then newly fertilized egg is prepared by adding the sperm. Once the fertilized egg is formed, it will act as a target for foreign DNA. Now this is the technique which is used in non-human mammals for genetic modification. In this case, if embryo develops normally, then it is placed in the mother's womb. But if the embryo has certain genetic disease, then this embryo is discarded and not placed in a suitable potential mother. The second genetic modification technique is embryonic stem cell. It is used as a target for added DNA. Here we use genetically modified or genetically engineered stem cells, but before putting it into the embryo, it must be genetically engineered. Once it is genetically engineered, then it is put back into the embryo. Now such an embryo is known as mosaic because it is a mixture of both engineered cells as well as of non-engineered cells. Now there are number of applications of embryonic stem cell, but it is more successful in small animals such as in mouse because they have short generation time. But if we consider large animals such as sheep, cattle, then we have to add foreign DNA to oocytes to make it a suitable choice for fertilization. Now there are number of applications of genetically modified mammals as it is a well-established practice. But keep in mind that we are not ensured that after recombinant DNA technology, the inserted DNA will be placed into the target position. But if the inserted gene is at the right place and at the right time, then foreign DNA will bind to a suitable promoter. Before discussing the joining of foreign gene with the promoter, keep in mind that replication, transcription and translation are the important factors of central dogma. Whenever we talk about replication, we means DNA amplification. The conversion of DNA into RNA is known as transcription and the conversion of RNA into protein is known as translation. So once the gene binds to the promoter, what happens? It controls the expression level of the foreign gene that is inserted. So this is somewhat known as the transcription phase. And if the protein product is formed after the right expression of the gene, then it is known as translation. But number of problems arises with genetic modification in mammals. First is the low success rate of in vitro fertilization, especially with genetically modified embryos rather with non-genetically modified embryos. Then the level of expression of foreign gene that is inserted varies among different species, among different animals and among different phylum levels. But whenever we talk about the mammals, it is not necessary that foreign gene expression that is expressed properly in the lower mammals will be expressed in the same way in higher mammals. Now, what is the reason of different expression level at different animals? The reason is that when the foreign gene is inserted into the chromosome, we are not sure that whether the gene of interest is in the right position or not. Now, even if we consider animals that have high expressing level, we cannot give full guarantee that the foreign gene will be expressed highly in later stages. So these are the problems that are quite different from genetically modified microorganisms and plants that we have seen in genetically modified mammals.